Hi, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to show you how to install a Works Connection Tach hour meter on your bike. Our Tach hour meter also includes a resettable maintenance timer, and we'll go over that and all the other features of this meter at the end of the video. So the first step to install your Tach hour meter is determine on your bike where you want to mount the meter. Our kit comes with a die-cut peel and stick double-sided tape, so if you have a flat spot on your frame, you can stick it to that. We also sell for $14.95 optional. We have an hour meter mount. And you can put that on the Hondas, you can put it in front of your gas tank. Some of the older Kawasaki's you can also do that. On this particular bike, which is a YZ250F, we're going to mount it behind the front number plate. But anywhere you have a 6mm bolt, you can use this mount. So now that you've decided where you want to mount your Tach hour meter, the next step is you need access to the spark plug. On this particular bike, it's a tight squeeze, so I'm going to remove the seat, the shrouds, and the gas tank, just so I have easy access to the spark plug cap. Some bikes, you don't need to do this. On this particular one, because of the tight clearances, it just makes things easier. It's also easier to route the wire, so we like to just disassemble the bike on this step to do that. So at this point, I've attached the hour meter mount, so I'll go ahead and install the hour meter and attach it to the mount. And these screws, you just want to snug the screws. You don't need to over tighten them. At this point now, I'm going to route the wire down through beneath the radiators and out by the spark plug cap. So at this point, I've got our hour meter mounted. I've routed the wire down between the radiator through here. You can see I've got quite a bit of extra wire. One important thing, we recommend that you do not cut the wire. You can cut it, but you have to be super careful. If you nick the wire or chop it too short, it can affect the sensor on the hour meter. There are two different styles of spark plug caps. You need to determine which one your bike has. There's a standard where the coil is mounted to the frame, a lead goes to the spark plug, and then there's the type that has the coil inside the spark plug, basically in the cap, built into the cap. So when you're running the lead, this setup is for a standard type where you wrap the wire 3 to 5 times. On the coil and cap style, you can see from the photo, you wrap it beneath the cap. You also want to wrap a layer of electrical tape over the top of it just to seal out any moisture. I've gone ahead and pulled the spark plug cap out just for easier access. You're going to want to take the red wire and you want to wrap it 3 to 5 times. So that's 5. I'll bunch it up, tighten it up, take the slack out of it, and I'll use a zip tie to hold it in place. So you can see we have a little extra red wire, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that. Also trim the zip tie while I'm here. You want to seal the end of the wire with a little bit of super glue. You can also use silicone, just to eliminate any chance of water getting in there and affecting the meter. So everything is connected. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the spark plug cap. And make sure that snaps in nice and snug. And this wire, this extra lead wire, we'll just go ahead and bundle it up, zip tie it, and get it tucked out of the way. I'll go ahead and cut the zip ties just to finish the job. Be sure to put the spark plug retainer clip back on if you have a Yamaha. And now you can bolt everything back on the bike. So the first screen has the current time. Next screen will be your total run hours on the bike. You'll see the little pound sign come up. This is your resettable maintenance timer, so when you change your oil, you can keep track of the hours. When you want to reset it back to 0, you just hold the button down for 3 seconds. Next screen is your RPM. So when the bike is running, this will display the current RPM. And the last screen is the max RPM, and max RPM obviously shows you what your max RPM was in your last ride. Our hour meters come set with a PPR of 0.5, which is the standard setting for 4-stroke bikes. Now if you have a 2-stroke bike, you're going to want to change your PPR to 1.0. To do that, on the RPM screen, you can hold the button down for 3 seconds. This can be done with the bike running or off. You'll see it's at 0.5. You can change it to 1.0, let it run through its cycle, and now it's set up for 2-stroke. If you want to change the clock, you'll want to just hold the button down for 3 seconds on the clock screen. It'll then go to 24-hour, which is military time. I prefer 12-hour, which is a standard clock. So I'll change it and let it roll through its cycle. You'll then see an arrow pointing forward or to the right. And at this point, you can go forward with the clock. If you went a little too far, in 3 seconds, you'll see it go back. Now it's going to the left, so I can go back and set my time. Once the time is correct, just let it run through its cycle and the time will be set. If you have any other questions or you want to look at printed instructions instead of a video, you can go to our website at worksconnection.com, and there's a PDF on there that shows you exactly what we covered today.